Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if you are new. My name is Allie and we play cozy games just like today's game, Stardew Valley. I am really excited to keep going. We're almost done the spring season. So, of course, it came out this morning, and there was Demetrius asking me what I want. I chose bats because I want to try and get fruit. Immediately, I went and fed my little cheeky friends and realized they're probably not going to like me because it's raining and I have no hay. I do try to get hay, but Marnie's not there. So I end up heading on over to the community center. I have enough to finish another bundle in the furnace room, which leaves me with, I think, one more bundle. And of course, this is the first room that I do end up finishing. I feel like maybe everyone kind of finishes this one first. It's pretty easy, as long as you're, in the mines. It's pretty steadily done, but I did get another furnace. I'm happy with that. I just need the fire quartz, and then that room will be done. So anyway, how is everybody today? I hope you're all doing really well. I hope you're enjoying the lovely fall season, at least in Canada here. It's nice and fall-y, autumny. Yeah. I ended up going into the mines today because it was raining and I did have a good luck day. I didn't do too bad. I ended up getting to level 70 and I was pretty early in the day. It wasn't very late, so I kept going. I tried to get as far as I could and I got to 75, and I think I keep going after eating a lot. I had a really good luck day. It wasn't too bad. I did actually think about it though, and I'm just like, I haven't even gotten a seed yet, like an ancient fruit seed, and I'm just like, man, I always got those like all the time, but I've been nothing but super unlucky in this run. I am now in the whole area where there's just the skeletons throwing stuff at me, so that's always fun. And as lucky as I was, it took me a very long time to find another ladder. I get it with this stone, I think. Oh, no, maybe this one? I get it soon. I have to. I don't know where it is. At this point, I'm pretty much just mining everything. Maybe it's up here. I can't remember. But it just took so long, and I was like, I need proof of this. I'm supposed to have good luck, and yet it's kind of horrible. I got to the point where I was at 78, and I thought maybe I can make it, and I knew I couldn't, but then it was like I was literally just mining. So it got to the point where I was just like, well, I'm going to pass out, so I might as well just keep going. But we did level up on a couple of things, and we sold some stuff too. I'm getting a little bit better at selling some things. On day 23, we are, like I said, getting close to the end there, but we got another rainy day. My copper hoe was done, so I came out, checked my mail. Of course, somebody found me, which was super nice, I'm sure, yeah. And then, did the usual. I did have to kind of do a little bit of rearranging. You can see here I've got a lot of areas that are very full when it comes to all of my just things I hoard. My chickens hate me right now. So I grabbed my copper hoe, which is a lifesaver, I'm not even gonna lie. I upgraded my watering can. Now, I don't know if this was a good idea or not, but I thought tomorrow is the flower dance, so that means that it'll be done the next day. So I thought, I'm so close to the end of spring that it really isn't going to make any difference for me, because I already kind of am at that point where, I'll have enough time even missing a day. So, I don't know. That was kind of my thinking anyway. I knew I was only going to get one more strawberry harvest, and with everything else, I thought I can plant today, I can do all that stuff. I put some fertilizer on because I still need those gold parsnips. that was my idea. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section below, guys. Was that wrong of me? Should I have not done it? I don't know. But I did it. And then I planted some more parsnip seeds because I still need those 5 gold. I think I only have 1. So I do need to get that. I want that because, like, I could use the other ones, but those crops are worth more. So I really didn't want to. I did get my chickens some hay, and then I just went fishing. I didn't even drop off the hay. That's how horrible I am. But it was a rainy day. I spent yesterday in the mines. I got a good, pretty far in that. And today I had to fish. So that's what I did for the rest of the day. I didn't do too bad. I got 3 catfish. It was a bad luck day, so I really didn't get a lot of biting. But I got it. And before I went to bed, I made sure to feed my little chicken friends as well. So I didn't just leave them hanging. That would have been really mean if I did. But I didn't. And, they seemed happier the next day at least. And then after that, I just went right straight to bed. Because, it was 1 in the morning and I was tuckered. And that brings us to day 24. We got some good money for the flower dance, which was another reason why I waited until today and did mining the first rainy day. And yeah, not too bad. Did the usual, said hi to my chickens, refilled the hay. I was happy to see that they did eat some. Checked out my cave for the first time. There was a little bit of stuff there, but nothing like crazy. Definitely not, anything exciting. And then I had to pretty much spend the day, I didn't have a lot of time in the morning because it was the flower dance. So I spent most of my morning just going around doing some maintenance on the farm. I had so much wood that was just, there, so I had to make sure I chopped it. Once the flower dance began, I came on down. And, it was fine. It was fine. I did a little bit of shopping. I made sure to get the recipe and the rare crow. And then I went about talking to everyone. And Shane here will illustrate how my festival went. Nobody would dance with me, obviously. I haven't spent that much time on friendships. I know, like, Haley is probably the easiest one to get to dance because of, like, the birthday. Shane, maybe. But I really didn't put that much time into the whole relationships thing. Though Shane is a 3-star. I think you need a 4 in order to dance. So, me and my trash can hat just watched as everyone else had fun. And then, of course, it was time for home. So that was that day, and it was over. I went to bed, and that was it. I didn't level up, I didn't sell anything, and before I knew it, it was day 25. My watering can was ready, which was good. I made sure to check my mail. My dad sent me another letter. This time he didn't send me money, so I feel like he thinks I'm doing much better. I had 1 more strawberry harvest. I'll have more tomorrow. Obviously, I didn't water, so that's why. I had to go give some love to my little chickens. They're so cute. I've got a plum, so I made sure to put that in the kind of my chest. But then I decided I'm running out of so much, like I have no room for anything. And I did want to just kind of do a pack when I've got the whole thing. But I just had so much stuff and I had very little space. And I thought, you know what, I'm just going to grab stuff and move it. So that's what I did. I took as much as I could in one go and headed on into the community center to fill up every little space that I could. So I had pretty much something for pretty much everything other than obviously I didn't do any money because I have no money. But I actually was quite surprised at how much I do have. every little like bundle in the craft room got at least something added to it, which was really cool. So, you know, I'm getting there. I'm not doing too bad, I don't think. There's still some things that'll be holding me back, obviously, but I think it's pretty good so far. I still need to get those chickens to be happier so that I can get some eggs. Although, maybe I do have eggs. Maybe I didn't use them. I don't know. But yeah, so I spent the time making sure that everything that I did have was added. And I'm missing very few fish. I think everything that I've got, I can't get any of the other fish until summer and or like another season, like the river fish I can't get until summer, I don't think. Same with the night fishing, I have to wait for the seasons. I could be wrong. I probably should check, but I won't. Yeah, so I did spend time to get that chub. I specifically just went fishing just to do that because I knew that I would need it and I knew I would forget otherwise, and I couldn't remember if the chub was one that would kind of like be there. So, yeah, I go down into the furnace and I literally have all of it except for the fire quartz. So, I know that I'm going to have to get back in that, in the caves, in the dungeons, in the whatever. It's not my favorite part about Stardew Valley. Most people I know don't like fishing. I don't mind fishing. I don't like I don't like being in the mines. I'm such a wuss. They scare me. I'm not gonna lie. But I grabbed my copper watering can and then I made sure to get some watering done. And I mean, it's so much nicer whenever you've got the three. It worked out so well, and I don't know. It was really satisfying watering these plants for some reason. I don't know why. And I also learned this little like bounce around thing. I didn't even know that was a thing that you could do. And so I really had a lot of fun doing that. So I think I'm progressing pretty good. I do want to make sure, so I'm trying to make sure that like I get all of my tools upgraded. So I've done that for spring. I've got every tool except for the trash can, which I guess I could, but I don't really think about doing that one. I don't really consider it a tool. But I want to upgrade all of my tools to iridium by the end of the year. So I figure if I do at least one upgrade a season, then I'm doing pretty good, right? So with the watering can, that gives me that. I also then realized that I need to get some sprinklers, so I do grind for that a little bit, and I do get some. But even just, I mean, as it is, this is already easier. It's so much nicer than just having to do like one at a time. Obviously, it's already helping the energy. So, gains to be had. And I do need to get this done because I only have like 3 more days left of the season, and I want to make sure that I do get that last strawberry harvest. I do want to get some preserve jars so that I can put the strawberries in them because I know that'll give us more money. So I know I'm kind of like, I don't have a lot of money. I know that I'm like, I need to get more money. But I also want to I want to, make those strawberries last, I guess. I grabbed the crab pots and got them full of bait. I grabbed a recycle bin because I have the automate mod in. I can use that, and like if you set up a chest next to something, then it'll just automatically go. It's kind of like a hopper, like it just automatically goes. So I did that, and I set it up down at the pond there so that the crab pots can still get everything, and anything that goes in the crab pots, anything that they get will go into the chest, and then anything in the chest will go into the recycle machine, and then whenever it's done, it'll go back to the chest. So it just makes it a little bit, I don't know, easier, I guess. I forget these kind of things, so I really love this mod. It's one of those things that I really enjoy, especially in later game when there's just so much that it's like impossible to kind of do. I do a lot of it myself in the beginning, but later on it's great. I did level up in foraging, so I took more wood because I'm constantly in need of wood. I still haven't even fixed the bridge at the beach, so like that's how far behind I am. But like that, we are on day 26. And it's a Friday, which means the traveling cart will be there. So I walk out and I enjoy my beautiful harvest. It's so lovely. I'm so excited to have all of them. Ugh, there's just something beautiful about the strawberries. I also don't know why, but I picked them all by hand. I was just really enjoying myself. I ended up leveling up in farming as well, which was also, great. I enjoyed that. Always good to level up in farming for sure. I did have some parsnips, but I left them because I want to try and get gold. Said hello to my little chickens. I went totally, I'm not going to forget about a green bean later on. Cough, cough. And yeah, I pretty much, I mean, if there's a help wanted at this point, I grab it because, I might need it. But then I headed into the forest. I went to see the traveling cart, and she didn't have anything I wanted. And I don't know. There's sometimes I'm like, maybe there's things that I should have gotten or I should get, but I don't. And I'm like, should I have gotten the Nautilus shell? I don't know. You'll have to let me know what you think. I just don't want to waste my money on it if I know I'm going to get it. I only know of like one thing that I'm not going to get, so I don't know. But then, yeah, I spent the rest of the day in the mines. I did pretty good. I, fought the skeletons, fought the ghosts, all that stuff. I got a few times where I would get like an infested floor, which was nice. Especially with like the bats, because they're fairly easy. And it's nice to get them whenever, you're trying to do the Monster Slayer goal as well, right? And I do apologize if you can hear my puppy. He is in his kennel for bedtime and he does not like it. But I did manage to get to level 80, which means I'm that much closer to the fire crystal. And I'm very excited about that. I got myself the new boots too. Nothing wrong with that. So I made my way down, and I don't mind this level, I guess. It's harder. I'm glad that I've, leveled up my pickaxe. It makes it a little bit easier, but not that much easier. So I definitely want to get that leveled up. It'll probably be the first thing. I think it's probably the first thing for most people as well. And go from there. But I didn't do too bad. I keep on attacking this bat. I really want the bats because I do want the butterfly thing. But yeah, I didn't do too bad, I didn't think. I had some gold. I got some gold. I, did a little bit of this, did a little bit of that. I end up leaving, I think, because I'm like, I'm not going to make it any further. Like, I'm 82, so it's not like I'm going to make it to 85. Actually, I had a bad luck day anyway. So I headed home, went to bed, but I leveled up in farming, which isn't too bad either. And there's that bean that I sold that I'm not going to get another one of, so I'm not going to be able to do that. But like that, we're on day 27. And today was a good luck day, and it was also a birthday, which is also nice. And I knew that I wanted to make sure to get that birthday. Oh, I did put in a new mod, the UI mod, I think. So it allows me to kind of see that stuff. I had some parsnips, so I did go to the community center. I think I had a couple of things, honestly. So I did take some things around. Oh, that's right. I was waiting and waiting and waiting, and she wasn't coming out. And so I was like, I'll just wait until 9 o'clock. And then I went in, and I was very patient, as you can see. And when I went in, she was just at her like sewing area. So I gave up. I figured she's probably going to be at the bar, so I went and spent the rest of the day in the mines again because I need to get that crystal in order to finish the mine carts, and I really want the mine carts. It'd be so much nicer if I don't have to run around the town, run all over everywhere all the time, you know? So I did what I could, and I was like, I'm gonna look until I find it, and I found it, and then realized, oh right, I have no inventory. It took me a while to figure it out, but I did get the fire quartz, and with that, I pretty much was like, okay, well, I'm done, and I headed on out and made sure to get myself to the bar because I wanted to make sure, or the saloon, I wanted to make sure that I gave Emily her birthday gift. While I was in there, of course, I said hi to everybody as well, and she loved it. So, yeah. And, yeah, everybody else was super friendly, as always, except for, well, you know what, actually, Shane wasn't too bad either, I don't think. Apparently, I don't know how to get away from a stool, so that was always fun. And, yeah, I think it's cute that, like, everybody's like, oh, Clint's there, but he doesn't really say anything, he just keeps looking. Apparently, I'm the only one in the whole village that realizes that he's in love with her. And then Shane, being the cutie patootie that he is, I have not chosen who I'm going to marry yet, despite the fact that I love Shane. But I couldn't wait, so I made sure to get my little butt into the community center, and I finished the bundle. I finished the boiler room, and I was so freaking excited. I don't think I've ever finished a room in spring, to be completely honest with you guys. So I did it. I was very excited. And now I'm kind of like, I need to get grinding on money because I need to upgrade the coop, I need to get a barn, and I need to upgrade the house so that I can make food. So, yeah, that's going to be fun. But anyway, I headed to bed, and that leads to the last day of spring, which, of course, before that happens, the Junimos, they go and they fix all the carts. I was so excited. I leveled up in combat, so I took fighter because I thought 10% more damage all the time is always better, at least in my world, I don't know, and made a little bit of money. So it's the last day of spring, and I kind of thought maybe I should do something fun or just relax or whatever, but I'm also like, no, I want to get this done. I really want to complete the community center before the year is up, and, or at least by the end of the year. So I'm like, I gotta grind, I gotta get things done. And so, yeah, I did my usual morning chores. I went and saw my chickens, checked out the traveling cart, and I was disappointed again. I did consider the Mackie roll. I thought maybe I should get that. And maybe I should have. I don't know. You guys can let me know what you think. But I didn't. Instead, I made my way into town and I made sure to, look at this, check out and use the mine carts first. So I went into town. Obviously, I checked the garbage cans because that's what I do. And then I went into the museum. I donated the scrolls that I had, and I will say this too. It's the first time I've ever gotten the dwarf scrolls this early. Usually, I am struggling to find one of them. I was very surprised that I got it. If only I could find a seed. I'm just like, I can't believe I haven't found a seed yet. That's one of the first things I find. But anyway, I ended up spending the rest of the day fishing. I just need money at this point, and the best way to make money, especially early game, is to fish. So that's what I did. I spent the rest of the day fishing. It really frustrated me that I could see the bubbles, but I could not get to the bubbles. So, didn't matter what I did, what position I was in, I just couldn't get it. I do wonder if there's a better place to fish, though. But I did catch some, and as soon as I got home, I made sure to put them all into the chest so that hopefully, or a little shipping bin so that I can get that done. Did a little bit of maintenance, made sure to like drop off some of my ores, drop off all my other goodies, and then I headed to bed, and that was the end of spring. I think we got a lot accomplished, guys, and I hope that you've enjoyed this series so far. If you have any suggestions, please leave them below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!